Do you believe in the Loch Ness Monster? No, I'm assuming
Um,
no.
I
I don't. You're not gonna offend me. I don't.
okay, all
I don't
right.
believe in
I
that
didn't
crap.
know if you were one of those
No,
people
no.
where if I
I was
say
like
no, I
waiting
have
for
to
bated
listen to
breath.
why it exists.
Like 20 minutes later, I'm like, and that's why the Loch Ness Monster exists. No.
Okay, so I created a bunch of social media accounts.
I see that.
There's this top 15 lists of best social media. I think it's from like 2005 or something.
Oh, good. So you did
Because
an old
Instagram
one.
isn't even on there.
Oh, good. But you made an Instagram though, right?
Yeah, because I
Because
I
you
knew
knew
about
that's what the
that
cool
one.
kids do these days.
Yeah,
That's like the
everybody.
hotness.
I don't
So,
know what Instagram is, but I know that you have to have
I'm
one.
on. It's for pictures. I mean, I don't know because I'm not a teenager, but so I'm looking at the email here.
What
and-
all did I create? Will you just
So
remind
yeah,
me?
I'm looking at the email. So we
Okay.
we got the email from registering the site, and I literally had one email before this, and now we have like 20 emails. We
Good.
got Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, Yahoo. Like, what are we doing on Yahoo? I don't even know what that means.
Wait, was Yahoo Dig? Yahoo? No, Yahoo owns
Why do we
Instagram.
have Yahoo?
Yahoo owns Instagram. That's what that is.
No.
I'm
There's
certain.
a separate Instagram one.
No. Oh.
You just made a Yahoo. We have a Yahoo username. It's like,
Okay.
and then you gave us a Reddit. I don't know why we have a Reddit username,
It's one of the top 15 social media.
but it's not like a page or anything.
But
Yeah.
I did it.
And then this is my favorite one because this is like from like 2005. We're on Stumble Upon. Do you even know what Stumble Upon is?
No.
So it was like big in like 2006 or 7 when I was in college. It was it was a way to like find new and interesting stuff. Like it was
Okay.
like basically a randomized book like crowdsourced bookmark site, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like you'd click Stumble and then they'd bring you to a page that other people thought was interesting. And this
Yes.
was like all the rage in like 2006, but I have not heard about it since then. Like this is the first time I've heard those words in like 10 years.
Well, we
So
have one.
congratulations. And then
If
we're
we
on
ever need it.
yeah, and then we're on Dig, which again is a little old, but that's fine. And then we're on something called Newsvine, which I've never heard of.
Okay.
And then we're on Scoop.it,
All right.
which sounds like a news site or something. So you already confirmed all these, right?
Yes, I confirmed them all. I just wanted TimeBat show to
To
not.
exist everywhere.
Yeah.
Because you never know, because someone could like steal it and like they could set up a Yahoo username called Time
And they
Back
could
Show,
start talking as us.
and then we'd be like, no, that's not a verified account.
I mean, that would never happen. but-
Because we're so popular, we need to have
Yes.
everything registered. This is a little overkill, but that's fine. Oh,
Well,
we're on Slashdot in case we
yeah,
have some
I got a
technical
Slashdot one.
in case we have some technical issues creating.
In case we need to like comment on
We
the
could-
new Intel or Nvidia
right,
processor.
processors, or be like, can you guys help me with this C++ code that I'm writing for my podcast? Right?
Wait, there's a new site that does that now. It's not Slashdot anymore that you go to for that. There's a new one.
Oh wait, okay, hold on. We're on LinkedIn
it's the one that Google
too.
owns. Yeah, I got us a LinkedIn.
But we're not a business though.
Well, I said that we were an entertainment business.
Yes.
So
I love how we have all these things that aren't even thing. Okay, so we got 3 new emails today. I just wanted to let you know.
from
we have,
were
no.
they from robots or?
yeah, they're robots.
Okay.
So Twitter wants us to get started with Twitter,
Okay.
and then we have Pinterest. That's like an advertisement.
I don't know why I created a Pinterest. That's like for recipes and stuff.
It's for it's for like crafts and stuff.
Well, in case we make some cool arts and crafts.
Oh, I mean, it's also an image sharing site, so it's like for
Okay.
kind of like a crafty imager.
Got it.
Pinterest is like the new magazine, like digital, like life magazine. You know what I mean?
Yeah. A lot of people at work browse Pinterest. They just look at it all day, and I don't think they actually make the things on Pinterest, but they like to
Yeah, it's so
look
fun to
at
look
it.
at. It's like
Yeah.
it's like a digital magazine. I don't know why we're there, but whatever. Maybe we need it for some reason. In the future, we would be like, you know what, we could use a Pinterest, and then we try to go and log in or register, and it's like taken some
So
clever
this
person.
actually happened to me, and it was very recently. I created a Twitter account recently, and Bat Snacks was taken.
Really?
The person who is Bat Snacks on Twitter is is not me, and he's kind of weird.
Ooh, I'm gonna go to him.
Go ahead and go look. It's an interesting. I mean, I'm not like saying he's a bad person. I'm sure he's very nice, but
He has like a really weird like avatar.
Yeah. Do you know what that kind of person is called?
I know exactly what they're called.
Okay. Yeah.
You know what? I don't know if we should be talking about this because then if we get really popular, people are like gonna go harass this poor person on Twitter.
Okay. Yeah. We should. I mean, he hasn't posted since 2013, so I think it'll be okay. But
That's true. Okay, well we'll just tell everyone he's a furry.
okay, everybody leave that Bat Snacks alone. He's
And also,
sure.
another good thing about is his bio. It says like NSFW.
yes. He posts about diapers a lot. Oh, good.
This is good. I'm glad that
Yeah.
we found.
So, and we don't want that to happen to the Time Bat Show
No.
Twitter. We don't want him to make Time Bat Show.
We also don't want you to be confused with this person. That's probably
Well,
important.
there's nothing I can do. So that's just gonna stick.
Maybe are you secretly this person? Don't lie.
Yeah, that's me.
This
Yeah,
person
that's-
has a website. I'm gonna go.
I
look at it.
didn't see the website. I just looked at it and I was just like,
I'm
oh,
not gonna-
great.
I'm not gonna do this.
Yeah, maybe you
This is a bad
shouldn't.
idea. The website's called furaffinity.net. So I think I'm gonna pass. I think that's a hard pass on that one. That might be a little dangerous.
I mean, it does say NSFW on his
It's true. It does.
on his thing.
That's true. All right. Wow. Well, so we're all registered for every stupid social media thing
Yeah, we're good.
ever
And
created.
we got our website live. We have a website.
So let me just tell you this, okay?
Yeah.
Whenever there's like a new social media thing that comes out,
Right.
your new job now is to immediately drop what you're doing and register Time Fat Show as a whatever account on it immediately.
Okay, I got it.
Because we don't want people to poach that from us. And
Yes. And then we'll have to pay them. It's like those domain hawks
then,
or whatever.
It's a real problem.
Yeah.
It's not really, but it's fine.
No, it's not.
So we have everything. We have all the bases covered, and then like 20 extra bases that we don't exist that are covered
Yeah.
as well. Good. Well, I'm glad that you did your homework there. That's fantastic. All right. Well, should we get to the introduction of the actual show now?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Go ahead. Do the
So,
intro. It's your.
All right.
It's your
So,
turn.
yeah. All right. It's my turn. My name is Bat Snacks.
Oh, you're terrible at this. Let's.
All right.
Let's start that over, and I'll edit.
Let's
that
take a
part
deep
out.
breath. All right.
I'll edit
So-
this whole part out of the thing. You want
Welcome
me
to
to
the
do
t-
it? You want me to do it?
I got it. I got it under
Okay,
control.
go
Here
ahead.
we go.
You got
All
it.
right.
Go
Welcome
ahead.
to the Time Bat Show.
On our new.
My name is.
Oh, sorry. I fucked it up again. Go
Look
ahead.
what you did.
Start
That's
it
all
over.
your
Start
fault.
it over. Start it over.
All right. Here we go. Welcome to the Time Bat Show. I am Bat Snacks.
And I'm Time Aces.
And
This
we're
is the
happy
show.
that you're listening.
And we're
This
on
is it.
episode 8 or 5. I always get the
Yeah.
thing wrong in the beginning.
This is the
Episode
official episode 5.
And we officially have a new website now.
Yes.
You can find us at www.timebatshow.com.
TimeBatsHow.com.
Yeah, we tried to get Time Bat Show, but it was taken, so next best thing, Time Bats How.
TimeBatsHow.
I'm really excited about that domain name, by the way.
Yeah, it's a good domain
It is.
name.
I think people will find us well. I think a lot of people will accidentally stumble upon it, because I'm always accidentally typing things in my address bar, and then
Yeah,
like
I've
hitting
accidentally
enter.
typed Time Bat Show at least like 5 times in
But
my
before
life.
we even conceived of the show, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, that's how I found Google. I just typed some words
You
once.
misspelled Yahoo.
Yeah, it's easy to do. And they both have two O's in it, so it gets confusing.
Yes.
And then you just like, whoa, what is this site? Oh, this isn't Yahoo, but that's okay. I'll try it. And then there you go. That's how everybody discovered Google, I'm pretty sure.
I mean, that might explain some of our listeners already. They're just getting confused going to other websites.
They're trying to go to like TIMEBAT's how.
BassProShops.com.
Oh yeah, or like TIMEBAT how-to recipes or something.
Yeah.
Because
they're looking for our Pinterest or something.
No, they're looking for like recipes on how to cook a bat. And they're trying to find the time you need to like cook it for, and then the how-to, and then TIMEBAT.
TIMEBAT's how.
Exactly. .com. Yeah, that's it. So that's the story of that. Okay, so episode 5. I'm excited for this episode because I have some. Do you have anything going on like that you want to talk about right now?
I started with going-ons last time. Let's hear about your going-ons.
There's no real going-ons, but I have some fun, weird news for you to read.
What is it?
If you want.
Yeah.
So this kind of article caught my eye yesterday in a really great way. So I don't know if you're a fast food connoisseur. I don't know if you eat fast food or not.
I'm a fan of fast food.
Yeah. What do you like? What's your favorite?
The best. I don't know if
top of your head.
Off the top of my head, Five Guys is the best fast food.
It's not really. I mean, it's kind of fast food, but it's more like.
It's not like it's
fancier than.
It's fancier fast food, like traditional fast food. I guess I like Wendy's. I prefer. I think that
over like McDonald's.
Yeah, Chick-fil-A is also really good.
Yeah, I eat too much Chick-fil-A. I have a problem with Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, their breakfast is super good.
Literal problem. I have a theory about Chick-fil-A. Do you want to hear my theory about Chick-fil-A?
Yeah.
Okay, so I have a theory that Chick-fil-A is slowly pivoting from their fried chicken, traditional classic. Their menu's very small at Chick-fil-A, right?
Yeah.
It's like
it's fried
chicken, strips, tenders, and sandwiches, right?
Yeah.
I have a theory that they're slowly pivoting from that into a more like healthy chicken menu.
Okay.
And the reason I have that theory is because they've slowly been taking things off their menu and replacing them with other things that people are not realizing. Like,
see,
case in point, what?
I was just gonna say yes. You must actually eat there a lot if you're noticing that their menu is slowly changing.
I eat there like once a week probably because there's one literally right next to my house. And when I'm too lazy to like make food, I'm just like, I'm going to Chick-fil-A today. But anyway, I always get the spicy chicken sandwich, which is it's a chicken sandwich that's spicy, and it's a sandwich. They've recently taken that off the menu. It's still on their menu, but it's not on the menu. Like, it's not on the board anymore. You have to ask for it separately, and then they're like, oh, do you want that? And you're like, yes, I do. So they've taken that off the menu, on, like, the visual menu. So my theory is that they're going to eventually just completely, rotate that out of the menu completely. And then the other thing they did is they used to have a chicken biscuit for breakfast, and they've taken that off the menu, too.
They took their chicken biscuit for breakfast off the menu?
I believe so. And they replaced it with like a grilled chicken, egg, health food, vegan, whatever. Well, it's not vegan. You know what I mean? Healthy.
Yeah, the grilled chicken and egg.
The Whole Foods like commercial thing. I don't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The grilled chicken and egg thing. I don't know. Whatever.
That's tragic. Their breakfast chicken biscuit was the best thing on the menu by far.
Yeah, I know.
So I really hope they didn't get rid of that.
So I have a theory that they're slowly transitioning off of, those like fried, not very good for you food staples and transitioning to more healthy stuff, which would disappoint me a lot because Chick-fil-A, the reason I go there all the time is because they're so good, and they have like 3 things they do really well, and that's it. That's the only reason I go there.
Yeah, they really shouldn't change. I mean, they do extremely well, at least in this area.
They do super well
fast
here
food
too.
Places go.
They do super well here too. They're always busy at lunch. So,
other places like McDonald's and Taco Bell, I think their business has kind of fallen off. But like Chick-fil-A, they've been always busy.
Yeah. So I don't know why they would change their menu. Like, don't fix what isn't broken. Like, I don't get what the point of that is. But it's probably something to do with like McDonald's has been going through a lot of tough times lately with like their menu. Like a lot of people aren't happy with their menu, so they've changed up a lot of stuff. So I don't know why Chick-fil-A is thinking they need to do that too, but whatever. So I hope it remains normal, like their classic. But I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah,
Anyway,
so do I.
So this is slightly related to Chick-fil-A. So have you ever been? Do you like Popeyes?
Yeah, Popeyes is good.
Okay, well, I'm sorry that I'm about to read you the story because
Oh, no.
in New Jersey, a woman found a rat head in her Popeyes chicken meal.
Yeah.
And I'm bringing it back around to Instagram. She like posted it on Instagram, and you can like see the head of the rat.
Jesus.
And it's like fried a little in like the batter.
Oh God. How did they not see the face of the rat in the chicken?
I don't know, but it's so good. Oh my god. It's like really, it's like fried. It's fantastic. It's a fantastic picture because it's just the head. And then like the back of the head, where like the body would be, has like some friedness, like some crispies there.
So no wait, I don't have the picture in front of me obviously, but is the head and the chicken mixed together?
I mean, she posted the picture and she got one of like the, fried chicken baskets or whatever. And yeah,
Right.
it's just chilling there like next to one of the piece of chicken. Oh god.
Oh, Popeyes is really good though.
I love Popeye. That being said, I love Popeyes.
That being said, Popeyes is
Fried-
superior to KFC.
Yeah, fried rat head be damned. I love Popeyes.
I'm sure with some of that Louisiana seasoning packets they have.
I would eat the rat head,
It's not too terrible.
I'd eat the rat head over KFC any day of the week.
Yep.
Yep, me too. Not really. But
No,
no, Popeyes is an interesting restaurant because Popeyes is like objectively like terrible, right? Like terribly for you. The food isn't really that good. Like it's just a terrible restaurant. But like I love it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, me too.
You know what I mean? It's like one of those like this is awful, but I can't stop eating it.
I really like those little packets of the Louisiana seasoning that they
Yes.
give you too. Those are so
Everything
good.
there is just so like I feel really guilty about eating it, but I don't know. Popeyes is like the Las Vegas of fast food.
Yes, it is. That's a really good way to put it.
You go there, you do what you need to do, you leave, and you forget that you were ever whatever you just did at the location.
Like, if there's literally anywhere else nearby, you're probably not going to eat at Popeyes. But
right.
when you decide to eat at Popeyes, you're excited.
Yeah, and then you're there and you're like, this is great. And then like 5 minutes after, you're like, why did I eat at Popeyes? But it is what it is. I sometimes have like cravings for Like I don't go very often. Like I maybe go like once or twice for like a year, But like sometimes I'll be like, I really want really bad fried chicken right now.
It's the only place. It's the only like fast food place too where I don't really get fries with what I get usually.
Yeah, because they
they're
have
like,
all the other the sides and stuff too.
Yeah, they have biscuits, mashed potatoes. They have
Red beans and
all
rice.
kinds of beans and rice. I mean, their fries are really good.
Their fries are good. Everything's good at Popeyes. Everything's good and really bad at like the same
even the rat heads.
Oh, those are the best. They should just like roll with that and be like, yeah, we're testing our new menu in New Jersey. Like, how do you feel, social media? What do you think of the rat head? Like, yes or no? Like, maybe. The other fast food restaurant that's like a guilty pleasure is like Arby's for me.
Oh, I don't like Arby's that much.
I don't either, but like every like 6 months, I'll be like, I really could go for Arby's right now. You know what I mean? I'm like, I really want a beef and cheddar sandwich right now. So like, I go to Arby's, I eat the beef and cheddar, and I'm like, I don't know why I went to Arby's. Like that wasn't that good, but I think like the idea of Arby's is like really great for my.
I think I'm that way with pretty much every fast food restaurant, like McDonald's, Arby's, Taco Bell, all of them.
I've given up on like all like the big three, like McDonald's, Burger King, Taco Bell. Like I can't eat at those places anymore because I ate at those a lot when I was like a teenager, and I'm
Right.
tired of them. But like the little like the ones that are a little less popular, like the B tier ones, Popeyes, Arby's, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah.
I can still jump on that once or twice a year.
I
and
still
then
go to McDonald's
be
on occasion. They
disappointed.
have some stuff that other places just don't do, like the Big Mac.
That's
No
true.
one else does that.
That's true. I haven't been to McDonald's in like years. Because I don't really need to. Like, there's so many other good burger places where I live that are very cheap.
Yeah.
There's like no
I
reason
would-
for me to go to McDonald's.
I would always rather get Five Guys.
Yeah, I
But
mean,
then-
I would
then
too, but
McDonald's.
Five Guys is a little expensive. That's like my only gripe.
Yeah, it's like $15 for a burger and fries.
Yeah.
But
Like,
it's
well, there goes my paycheck for
it's
you know?
real good. Have you
It
had
is
their
real good.
Cajun fries? You like
Uh-huh.
need to take a bath
Yeah.
after eating them.
Yeah, you feel like you just jumped in a bucket of grease after eating at Five Guys.
And you're
like your
covered in the
your
seasoning
whole body
dust.
feels
Yeah.
like a big grease ball.
Yeah.
You know, you just feel like violated, like in a good
I like
way.
that they give you the fries overflowing in the bag, and the bag just turns into a wet grease.
Right, it's just like a grease bomb, essentially,
Yeah.
right? And you're just like, well, that's fantastic. I don't even know why they have containers for their fries. Just throw them in the bag.
just
like
put
they
them
have
in
the
a
little
pail, like
Yeah,
just
like they
a
have the
plastic
little like
bucket.
they have the little like plastic wrap, and they put the fries in there. But they never only give you that much. It's always like overflowing into the bag. Like, what's the point? Just throw fries into the bag. Like,
Into
whatever.
the bag. There's no point in an
Like,
extra
I'll just
container.
like take the bag and like shake it into my throat. Like, you know, like I'll just like if we're gonna go that route, like I'll do that. Like, we don't need to cut out the middleman here and just
I agree.
Anyway, so yeah, rat head and fast food. There's been a lot of good stories like that, over the years. I feel like this is one of the better ones, though.
I remember the finger someone found in Wendy's chili a while back.
Oh yeah, that was like a human finger, though, right?
Yeah, I think it turned out to be fake. I can't. Don't
know.
quote me on that.
It might
I don't
have
know.
been because I think they were trying to sue Wendy's or something.
Yeah, I think that's what it was.
Maybe they cut their own finger off. And,
You're gonna pay me.
I need a lawsuit. I need some lawsuit money. They slice off their pinky and throw it in there.
The other lawyer is like, "Where did your finger go? That's freshly severed."
And they're like, well, it just happens to be a coincidence that I found a finger that resembles my own in the chili. Oh, anyway. Now the other news item I saw that was weird, and I'm not talking about any real news here. This is all stupid shit.
Yeah.
Do you believe in the Loch Ness monster? No. I'm assuming no.
I
I don't. You're not gonna offend me. I don't.
okay,
I
all
don't
right.
believe in
I
that
didn't
crap.
know if you were one of
No,
those people
no.
where if
I
I
was,
say no,
waiting
I have
for
to
bated
listen
breath.
to why it exists.
Like 20 minutes later, I'm like, and that's why the Loch Ness monster exists. No, I'm
okay,
not.
no, I don't believe in the Loch Ness
Okay,
monster.
so apparently there's a sighting a couple days ago. In,
really?
Oh yeah, I mean it
They
looks
have
like
a picture.
yeah. There's a picture. It looks like a big water snake kind of thing.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. It's not convincing. It looks like a big floating water snake. I don't know. It's in
Probably
It's in
debris.
Scotland, so it is in the Loch Ness. It's not like it's in Alberta or anything. It's in Scotland, so there's at least that. But
I would really like the Loch Ness monster to exist, but they have run sonar all through that lake that it's supposed to live in. There's
yeah,
nothing
and they've
in
done
there.
it for years. They did it so many times.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's probably something else, but I don't know. It's I don't know. Some people are like, "Oh, it's really convincing," but it's all these loons that are like, "This proves that Loch Ness monster exists."
Speaking of that, I actually did read kind of a cool, in the same kind of category news story recently.
Oh,
there
yeah?
was a sighting a couple months ago, apparently in an image of the sun from NASA, where there's a 3-pronged alien spaceship siphoning energy from the sun.
In the sun, in our sun,
Not in it.
Whoa,
orbiting
near
it.
near our sun.
Yeah.
Wow.
1 second. Let me see if I can bring that up. It was a little interesting.
Are you an alien person? Do you subscribe to the alien theories and stuff?
I used to be a subscriber to MUFON, which is that thing
The
that Dan
UFO
Aykroyd.
Yeah, the UFO
Yeah.
network or whatever the hell it's called.
Yeah,
But
I
do
used
you-
to be a subscriber to that.
Do you believe in UFOs and stuff?
Around here, no. I think
What do you mean around here? In Florida or in the world?
Like in this
Like,
in
what
this
locality
section
are we
of
talking
space,
about? Oh,
in this
okay,
local area.
Okay, got it. I was
Yeah.
like, well, local could mean like in my yard, or it could be like in our universe or in our galaxy. I gotcha.
In our galaxy, maybe. In our solar system, probably not.
So do you think aliens exist out there somewhere?
Yeah, of course.
Good. I'm just
Wait,
curious.
1 second.
Yeah, I mean, I think aliens are definitely
Here it is.
out there. I don't think they've come to visit us.
Yeah.
Although maybe they have, and the government's doing a really bang-up job covering it up.
Yeah, because they have a long history of doing a bang-up job covering stuff up.
That's true. They're not very good at that. Yeah, that's the other thing. Like, if aliens do exist, like, and they've been to the Earth, like, whoever is like in charge of not letting that public knowledge out is doing like the best job ever. Like, they're the best person in history. Like, they're the most talented person ever. You know what I mean?
Or maybe all those people are telling the truth. Makes you think.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know. I doubt it.
Oh yeah, I see that. This is weird. It looks like a big bug or something.
Yeah, it kind of looks like a crack on the lens, or
Yeah, but it's in different. There's different angles. So
Yeah,
it can't be a
yeah.
crack. Or can it? I don't know how these things work.
I don't know much about the photograph, but I thought it was neat. It's a neat thing to look at.
I don't know. It could be like a really weird, like, debris thing, like
Yeah,
satellite
that's-
debris or something.
I'm pretty sure that's what they said it was.
I mean, that's what I think it is.
Yeah,
It
so
looks
interesting
cool though.
stuff.
Have you heard of like
Yeah,
the
it's a
black?
cool-looking
Have you
thing.
heard of like the Black Knight asteroid or whatever the fuck? It's called?
Yeah, that orbits the Earth.
Yeah, that thing's creepy.
That thing is creepy. I like the name. That's a super cool
I know.
name for
Whoever
a satellite.
named that is like the coolest person. Like, they're like,
Yeah.
we need some cool name for this. It's like, well, we could name it LS, some stupid astronomical.
41793.
And they're like, no, I'm going to call it the Black Knight
The
satellite.
Black Knight.
It's creepy looking. Like, it's
Yeah,
pretty
it is.
awesome. Anyway, listeners, if you don't know what the Black Knight satellite is, go look that up because it's cool.
Yeah, it's cool to read about.
I mean, it's probably not an alien vessel, but it's really cool looking and it's neat. So there you go. All right, you want to do some questions now?
Are we ready to field some questions?
I don't know. What do you think? Are you ready?
I'm ready. I'm prepared.
Are you sure you're ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay. Let's see. I have some. This is a really weird one. I'm gonna skip that one. Okay. This is actually a really good question. I feel like.
Okay.
I mean, it's not profound or anything, but it's interesting. Okay, what's like the stupidest thing you've seen turn into like a heated dispute? And it doesn't have to be something you've taken part of, like just something you've observed or whatever. Like, what's the stupidest argument you ever witnessed or been part of? Do you have any?
So I've seen a few online that would definitely qualify for this, but as far as something I've seen,
Well, if you qualify
firsthand?
online, I feel like it's so easy,
yeah, there's a lot of stupid crap online. Stupidest thing that I've seen turn into a heated dispute. Do you have anything in mind? I might need a second to think about this.
I saw someone argue over the best way to, what was it? To hail a taxi once. Like, they literally got into like a really big argument over that. Like, one person was like, oh, you gotta wave. The other person's like, oh, no, you have to stand in front of them and like whistle. And then they're like, that's not good enough. You're not going to get his attention that way. He's just going to run you over. Like, this was a literal thing that I witnessed. And it was from two people that were, like, New York transplants or whatever. So I think they were trying to, like, one-up themselves, like, one-up each other on, like,
Yeah.
I'm a real New Yorker. I know how to hail
No,
a cab
I'm
better
the
than
double
you do.
double real squared.
I'm super New Yorker. I've been in so many taxis. Like, I don't know. I was like, what the hell are you guys, like, this is stupid. I don't know.
No one even takes taxis anymore.
No, and this was like 5-10 years ago, But,
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just like, why are we arguing about this? But you realize it was just them like trying to be like, I'm the real New Yorker here.
Yeah. Stupidest thing I've seen turn into a heated dispute.
I have a really good one next. If you don't have an answer.
I mean, I have one that
Oh, go
happened
ahead.
to me
Do it.
personally.
Oh, do it and tell
So,
us.
When I worked at a Japanese restaurant, my boss wanted to fire me because I did not want to pay for someone's bill that walked out.
You didn't want to pay for it?
Yes, he thought that I should pay for it.
Wow.
And I was like, no. And then he was like, okay, well, you can leave. And I was like, no, that's not how we're going to do it either. No.
Either you're fired or you pay this bill.
Or you pay this $30 bill that isn't a person that you know who just walked out. Yeah, so that was an argument that really happened, but...
Oh, wow. So what happened? Did you...
It turned out fine. I just didn't pay for it. And I was like, no, you're not actually going to fire me.
Well, that's good. I'm glad you didn't get fired over that, because that's a little ridiculous. How much was the bill?
It was like $30.
Oh, well, whatever. Who cares?
I mean, that's not a lot of money, but it was more the principle.
Oh no, I'm not taking his
Yeah.
side. I'm just
Yeah.
saying, like, I would just eat. Like, if I was him, I'd just be like, whatever, it's $30. I'll just eat that cost. Like,
Yeah.
it happens. I don't know. That's weird.
You said you had a really good
this
one.
This is good. I don't know if you have anything. Do you know? Okay,
No,
what
go
is
with that one.
something that less than 100 people on Earth have ever done? It's really hard to think of something.
Less than 100.
No, like, what's something that everyone, like, nobody has done, but it's like something you could possibly do? And like, you can get really stupidly specific with this. Like, no one has done a handstand in my living room before. But that's probably not true. Someone's probably done a handstand in my living room. But,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know the
Makes you
previous,
think.
Occupants of where I live, so it could be.
Probably less than 100, though.
That's true.
So there's maybe some video game things that I've done that less than 100 people have done.
Oh, really? You specifically. All right. What have you done that no one else has?
Actually, I don't know if it's less than 100.
Just tell me what it is.
So
You can
I
brag.
have gotten Platinum God in The Binding of Isaac.
I don't know what that
That's
means, but
really hard to do.
congratulations.
It's extremely difficult.
Do you
It takes-
know?
It takes like hundreds of hours.
Wow, that's sad. I'm sorry. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
It was
That's a
fun.
joke. Was it? Wink, wink.
Wink, wink. No, it was fun. I like that game. I still play it.
Yeah, no, I know. You talk about it like every time we do the show. I'm just kidding. I'm just messing with you. I know. I don't know if, like, is there anything I've done that less than, like, that's a better question. Is there anything you've personally done? So
I don't think so.
you've done the Binding of Isaac.
I think 100 people have gotten it.
Well,
though, at
let's
least.
just say, like, not many people, have done.
Okay, well, I got that.
So you get that. So I'm trying to think of something I've done that, like, less than 100 people, or not a small amount of people have not done.
I've beaten Ikaruga with one continue. I mean,
I'm sure like 1,000 people have done that.
yeah, probably
Probably
quite
like
a bit.
multiple thousands.
I've played every Toho game. Probably a lot of people have done
No,
that.
I don't know. Well, if
I mean,
we're
they
talking
have been
about
coming
Japan
out.
too, yeah.
Yeah.
If we count Japan, which, I mean, we could argue Japan isn't really on the Earth, though, right? So
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. That's a joke. That's the thing. I don't know.
I've seen every episode of Top Chef.
Wow, that is impressive.
Yeah, there's
I
like
have-
8.
I
There's
have-
8 or 9 seasons
I
of
have
that.
not seen every episode of Top Chef, so there you go.
Yeah, that's my biggest guilty pleasure.
That's your claim to fame right there. You know everything about Top Chef. You have it memorized.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know of anything. I'm just a boring normal person. I don't have any I've done this and no one else has.
There's not like some really mundane thing that you do a lot that not a lot of people do.
Me?
Like something that that's something you spend like a lot of time doing that is kind of weird.
I mean,
watching Top Chef.
I mean, there's things that I do that are obsessive compulsive things that I doubt 100 people do or whatever.
I mean, it could be one of those.
Because I have not mild, but I have obsessive compulsive disorder. It's milder than when I was growing up. So there's
Yes.
a lot of stupid things that I have done. I've been a lot better as an adult, but I'm sure there's dozens of those that no one else has ever done before.
Yeah, I think that's pretty common.
They're all individual, ritual things.
Yeah.
This is getting a little personal here.
Okay.
No, I don't care. There's one. Okay, I'll tell you. The stupidest one. So like, well, most people that have like a lot of people that have it like will like be very careful with how they place things to like be very symmetrical. You know what I
Yes.
mean? So like I have that, but that's like a very very common. That's like common in like 20-30% of people that have it. Like a lot of people do that, like centering things and making symmetrical things. A lot of people do like counting things, like they'll do an action like multiple times,
Mhm.
you know. And my thing for that is like my number for that is always 7, and I don't really not know why. I'll just do things 7 times in a row, which takes a really long time sometimes.
But it's important.
But it's really important. So when I was like in college, when I got like nervous, well, before college too, I would like basically like adjust my glasses like 7 times. Like, and it like takes up like 2 minutes, like at least, and it's really frustrating. But like, I don't know, but like adjust them in like the very movie-like way, like push up on your nose kind of thing, on the bridge of your nose kind of deal.
Like the anime one where
Yes,
the glasses shine.
The anime technique of
Yeah.
adjusting your glasses.
Except you do it 7 times.
Yes, I did it. Well, I don't do it anymore, but
But that would be a really cool thing to do in an anime, though. Like the protagonist just adjusts his sunglasses like 7.
He's like chink, chink, and then like it glistens, like, or it like does the lens flare thing like every single time. It just does
And then it
7
zooms
times.
out, and like everybody's looking at him, like
They're like really
what
confused,
is
like what are you
going
doing?
on?
Yeah,
with this
he's like
person?
about to fight like a demon or something.
Yeah.
And like the demon has to wait for him to like adjust his glasses 7 times in a row.
The demon's just like, are you okay?
Are you done yet? Are you done? Are you ready? So that's probably like my thing. Like, I have a lot of those. Well, I used to have a lot of those stupid things that I've done. So that's
I
probably,
have one of those.
Yeah, what's that?
that I still do currently. So when I adjust the volume on any device, computer, TV,
Sure.
car stereo,
Yeah.
the volume needs to be on an even number.
Oh,
or I think
yeah.
it sounds bad.
I do that too, but I have a caveat. It's either an even number or a multiple of 5.
Oh, I see. So you can do 25.
So I can do 15. I can do 25. Yeah, but it can't be like 13. Like that's awful. Like no
Yeah, that's
way.
a prime
That's
number.
like the
No,
worst.
there.
17 is awful. 19 is awful. Like those no. Those do not.
So
work.
25 I can kind of tolerate because that's a quarter of 100, and 100 is like
Yeah.
a really even number. That
Yeah,
makes no
you can
sense.
like
but
no. I have the same number thing too.
Yeah.
Like there are numbers that I like think are better than others. Like prime numbers, while I think they're fascinating, like kind of disgust me. Like
They are
that's
the
like,
worst
They're like,
numbers.
oh, there's like that's so uneven and bad. Like oh.
yeah, the more factors, the better.
Yes, exactly. I agree. So yeah, I do that
Anyway.
with volume too.
Yeah, so I doubt that many people have to adjust their volume to even numbers when they do things. It's really annoying because if I need to adjust my volume in a hurry, sometimes my mouse doesn't work that well, and I spend
Oh.
like
You're
30
like-
seconds trying to get
And you're like,
18.
Wait, it's on 17. It needs to be on 18.
No,
then
it's
you push it up.
19.
You're like,
No,
ah,
it's
it's 19
17.
now, damn it. And then you go down. Yeah. That's
Yeah.
yeah. I do that too. That's funny. Everyone has weird stuff
Everybody
that they
thinks
do
we're
like that.
weird right now that's listening
okay.
to this.
I mean, I'm sure there's
It's
some
okay.
people out there that are listening. Well, that's probably not true because we don't have a lot of listeners yet. But one day, in like a year from now, when we have more people than like 8 people listen to this podcast, people will tune in and be like, I do the exact same thing. And then we'll get like all these letters of like, thank you for validating my thing that I do. And then we'll
Yes.
be like, solidarity. And then we'll high five them over the internet and all that stuff. You know what I mean?
So I have a question.
Okay. Shoot.
What video game has the best music?
Like overall, like total video game in all.
That's the
video
question.
Game music.
I'm not allowed to elaborate.
That's really hard. I mean,
What video game has the best music?
we're talking about video games a lot in this episode, which is fine. I love video games.
Yeah.
Trying to think. Like, there's so many good soundtracks to video games.
Okay, do the top 3 off the top of your head without thinking too much.
Top 3 off the top of my head. I would have to say one of the Donkey Kong Country games. I'm not sure which one I'd pick. Probably like 2 or something.
Yeah.
That's a really fantastic soundtrack.
Yeah. Some David Wise soundtrack.
Yeah, exactly. Probably a Final Fantasy, but I'm not really sure which one I'd pick.
Yeah.
Maybe, like, objectively, it's probably like 6 or 7 or something, but like 9 is really good and 8 is really good too.
Yeah. They're all really
4
good.
is really good. Yeah. I don't know. I think my favorite is 9, but I think objectively the best is probably 7 or 8.
Yeah,
like,
7 has
even-
the best, yeah.
Yeah, I think 7 is the most memorable. I think 9 is most cohesive, and then I think 8 is the catchiest.
Yeah.
There you go. Those are my things. Like, I don't even like 8 as a game, but like the soundtrack is like amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Like they have like the sweetest battle themes in like any RPG.
So I'll try to name some that you didn't name.
Oh, Chrono
Silent Hill.
Trigger is really good too.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. Thank you.
Ah! Sorry. Go ahead.
So Silent Hill 2 and 4 both have amazing soundtracks.
Yes, they're very like atmospheric.
Atmospheric. They have some good vocal songs too.
Yeah.
Chrono Trigger, obviously.
I have a funny story about Silent Hill after you're done. So go ahead.
Sonic 2.
Oh, Sonic 2. So the thing about Sonic, which is really weird, it's like it started out with really awesome soundtracks, like Sonic 1, 2, and 3, like on Genesis.
Yeah, on Genesis.
Yeah. Like they started really strong, and then like that like quality of music in Sonic games has like dived, like it's taken like a giant steep terrible dive into the trash. You know what I mean?
Sonic Adventure 2 Battle had an okay
But like
soundtrack.
I don't know what happened in the history of Sonic where they're like, all right, here's like a really catchy like you're running through the forest soundtrack of like Sonic 1, 2, and 3, you know. And then they're like, all right, let's do like edgy alt 90s rock. Like that's going to be our thing now. And like I don't know where that happened, but like I feel like that's like most of their soundtrack now. It's just like what in God's name am I listening to? You know what I mean?
Yeah, Sonic hasn't been doing too well recently.
And then they're like, let's do some vocal tracks too. So they have like people like the Sonic Heroes song, like Sonic Heroes, and you're like, why does this exist? You know, like,
Shadow the Hedgehog. That's a game that exists.
oh my god, like what happened to Sonic? Like they're just
he
like
has a gun.
like we need to make Sonic like edgy or something. I don't know what happened. It was weird.
Yeah.
Sonic is like a franchise I could talk about all day. Because while I don't like love Sonic, its history is very
It's funny as heck.
It's unique. It's like a very like I have no idea what happened with Sonic. Like, did you know they made a Sonic RPG on like Nintendo DS?
What?
It's like it came out in like 2006. Like BioWare made a Sonic RPG. Like this is a real thing that happened. Like that series is just like thrown shit at the wall to try to see like what stuck. You know what I mean? Like, well, I don't know what people want. Here, let's try this shit. And then it didn't work.
You said you had a funny story about Silent Hill.
Oh, yeah. So Silent Hill, it has really good music and it's really good ambient music.
Right.
You know how Silent Hill's, like, fan base is, like, really, I wouldn't say big, but it's really dedicated, I would say.
Right.
So there has been a lot of, like, Silent Hill music remix projects out there.
Mm-hmm.
So I was, like, at a game night with one of my friends once, and he was like, what do you guys want to listen to? And we were playing, like, some, like, spooky game,
Yeah.
So he was like, I'll put on Silent Hill 2 soundtrack. And we're like, oh, that's perfect. That'll be perfect for this haunted house board game we're playing or whatever.
Yeah.
But the only one that was available was, like, some, like, fan remake of all the Silent Hill 2 tracks. And every single one added, like, a vocal component.
Do you have
like,
a link to this?
Lyrics.
This sounds
no, I
so
do
good.
not, but it was, like, the worst thing because like not only did they rearrange the actual music, you know how like the music in Silent Hill is very subdued and like it's very atmospheric, so they rearranged that to be like a rock kind of thing, and then they like added really bad like raspy like female vocals to every single song with like custom lyrics. It was like the worst thing I've ever heard. So I don't have a link, but I'm
sound good.
I'm gonna look for it and I'll link it to you one day, and you can enjoy it. You can go be at work and listen to the fan-made Silent Hill 2.
I really enjoy stuff like that, like really terrible
like
garbage.
It's just so bad.
Stuff.
Yeah, it's just so awful. Anyway, I don't know. Yeah, so Silent Hill, good choice for sure. I don't know, but yeah, those are probably my like 3. Notice that we only pick Japanese video games. Interesting.
Does that say something?
I think it does. There was a interesting. We're talking about video games a lot this episode. That's fine. This will be the video game. That'll be the video game episode.
Yeah.
There is an actual interesting topic that was discussed on Reddit or NeoGAF or something like a while back, and it was like the significance of music in video games in East versus the West, and a lot of people were arguing, and I kind of agree with this, that like In Japan, music is like a emotional heightening device. Like it's more similar to like it's like used to heighten the what you're seeing on screen.
Yeah,
Similar
it's like
to
a
like
score in
yeah,
a silent movie.
right. So like it's more important. Like the music is like supposed to affect how you feel. Like it's supposed to be more in focus.
Right.
Whereas in Western, it's supposed to like not be ignored, but like subtly affect your mood without like drawing attention to itself.
Mm-hmm.
Which I thought was really interesting because if you look at like film today, a lot of soundtracks in film today take the subtle approach of like let's not draw attention to the soundtrack, but we'll still have the soundtrack resonate emotionally. Whereas like back in the 70s, 80s of cinema, it was like the soundtrack was like a key component. Like if you think of like Jaws or whatever, like you can't separate the soundtrack from the movie. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's a key part. So like it's interesting because I feel like Japanese games have this tradition of using the soundtrack to like heighten stuff and I think the reason it is because a lot of Japanese games got their start in the 80s and 90s when the graphics just weren't there enough to like communicate what they wanted to communicate, so they needed a soundtrack to like basically communicate the emotion they wanted to convey without visually showing it. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, whereas Western games have gone, they've been able to become more realistic faster, so they don't need a soundtrack as much to be more as prevalent or as noticeable. So that's why Japanese soundtracks generally maybe why people consider them better because they're just more noticeable. Like they're more in your face. Yeah.
Out of necessity.
Out of necessity.
Or at least at one point.
At one point, and I think traditionally they're just like, well, this is the way it's always done, so that's the way we're gonna do it. So I don't know.
There are a couple recent games with good soundtracks. The Binding of Isaac, the original, had a really good soundtrack. The composer of that one is Danny B. Yeah, Danny B also did the music for Super Meat Boy.
Yeah.
Those are both two really awesome soundtracks.
I'm not saying that soundtracks are like dead or like video game soundtracks are dead or anything. I'm just saying that I think they're different. Another thing is I noticed like Binding of Isaac is like an independent game. And with those games like they don't have the resources to make realistic graphics or like convey the emotion visually as well, right?
Yeah.
So they need to rely on the soundtrack to like convey that for them. So I think that's another like there you go. They need the soundtrack as a component of the experience.
If you think about the most successful indie games, all of them have
really good
great soundtracks
because they need them to convey part of the emotions of the experience.
Yeah, like if you think about Undertale, that game wouldn't exist without the soundtrack.
Well, it would, but it wouldn't be as successful. Yeah, I agree.
No, it would just be like some game on some site.
Yeah, some RPG.
Would not have made money.
Right. So yeah, interesting. I don't know. I really appreciate soundtracks and how they can do that.
Yeah, so do I. It's one of the most important parts of a game to me.
Yeah. So
the soundtrack really gets me into the mood of the game.
Yeah, same. So that's interesting. Yeah. So that's probably why we both picked Japanese games, but maybe not. I don't know. So we'll see. Yeah.
So I have two questions here. They kind of go together, so I'll just combine them. Okay. What film cheers you up no matter what, and what movie have you watched 10 plus times that you can easily watch another 10 times?
Well, this is like the same answer.
Getting tired of it.
This is like the same answer for me.
Yeah, it's the same for me too.
Because like the movies that I can watch multiple times are necessarily movies that like make me happy. Like I love like dark movies, but I can't watch them over and over and over again, because they're depressing. So I guess for me it would be like I don't know, probably like Oh Brother Where Art Thou. Maybe that's a possible answer for me because that just like movie makes me happy and I can watch it over and over again.
Yeah, that's a good one. It has a good soundtrack too.
It does have a good soundtrack. Oh, there you go.
One of the best soundtracks.
It does have a really good soundtrack. So that's probably mine. I don't know.
I'll say like pretty much any Bill Murray movie.
Yeah.
I can watch just over and over again.
Yeah, all of his movies were really good in the 80s and 90s.
Yeah. Like some of the lesser known ones, like What About Bob, and the one where he's the clown and robs the bank. I don't remember the title off the top of my head.
The clown one. What About Bob's where he's like has a psychiatrist, like Richard Dreyfuss is
it's a really good.
And he goes on vacation with him or whatever, right?
Yeah. He's like a stalker, and he tries to. It's good.
And he like makes friends with their family, but like the psychiatrist is like, I hate him or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Also, Shaun of the Dead and Hot Fuzz. I can watch those
Yes.
over and over again.
I love those movies. Both of those are really good.
Those are great
Which one do you
movies.
like better?
I don't know.
Ooh, I know that's
I
tough.
love them both.
I think I like Shaun of the Dead slightly more, but only
I
slightly.
might like Hot Fuzz slightly more.
Yeah, I don't know. Shaun of the Dead kind of gets depressing in the end. I mean, it's fine.
Yeah,
but,
there are a couple really depressing scenes in that movie,
yeah.
but yeah, they're both
Hot
really
Fuzz, when
good.
people die, you're like, whatever, I don't care.
Yeah.
You know, like, this is a comedy, I don't care.
I
But
also
yeah.
really like that he's the super cop guy and he's Simon Pegg. Like that's not
Right,
who he
like,
is
that
as a
doesn't make
person
sense at all.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, what the hell? He probably just wrote that so he could do that, though. Like, I'm gonna be the super cop guy.
I'm the super
That's
badass
me.
cop. Yeah.
Anyway, that's interesting. I don't know. All right, so yeah, I like Oh Brother. That's probably my vote. But like again, like Hot Fuzz, Shaun of the Dead are really good too. A lot of comedies I feel like I can just watch over and over again. But that being said, like there's not a whole lot of. I mean, I don't have like a bunch of favorite comedies. There's like 5 to 6 that are like really good that I can watch.
It is. There are no good comedy movies anymore.
Yeah,
They don't make them.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's because I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm older and I can't like find things funny anymore. But I don't really know.
It's that part of your
it's like,
brain
that's
is done.
stupid. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. But yeah, I agree. I don't really see a lot of comedies that I really like anymore. Or if I do, they'll be like, oh, this is really funny. And then I'll be like, oh, great, a comedy that is really funny and everyone loves it. And then I'll see it and it's like, that was really bad. Or whatever, Or that was like, okay,
I mean, even if you go to the comedy section on Netflix, like most of the comedy is stand-up comedies on
That's
Netflix.
true. Yeah.
There are not really that many comedy
And
movies.
the comedy movies that they have are like all really bad. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, like there are better movies that aren't comedies that are funnier than than comedies,
Yeah.
So why bother? You know what I mean? I don't know, but whatever. All right, this is like a really serious question. Are you ready?
All right,
for this?
let's
I mean,
do it.
on Reddit it says they can tag it like serious, and then say the question. But like when I ask you, it doesn't have to we don't have to talk about this seriously. Like,
Okay.
this can be like weird. So you probably know a lot about this stuff. I think I know a lot about this stuff. What do you think is the creepiest unsolved murder? Ooh. Did you ooh at the same time I did? Yeah.
I don't know if I know any unsolved murders.
Yeah, you do. I'm sure
I
you
do?
I don't know. I feel like you do. I have a couple.
All right, what's yours?
So like the most obvious one is like, oh, Jack the Ripper is the most, blah 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 blah. Well, which is that's
yeah.
true. Jack the Ripper is an interesting unsolved murder, but everybody knows that one, right? In the universe.
Yeah.
Funny story with that. Apparently, there's like this chef that lived in Texas, like right before Jack the Ripper, and he like murdered like 10 people, and then he like left and moved to England, and then like 6 months later, Jack the Ripper started striking. So like a lot of people think like they're the same person.
Maybe.
So the person that actually did the Jack the Ripper killings is actually a lot more prolific in their murdering.
Did they ever catch the Zodiac killer?
No, they didn't. That's another.
Okay, so that's another one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Zodiac killer's a really good one.
Mhm.
Cause that was just a super weird case, and nobody knows.
Yeah, that was almost like one of those. That was almost like a movie, like Seven or something.
I mean,
the case of the
they
Zodiac
made a
killer.
movie out of it. Have you ever seen that movie, Zodiac?
I don't think I did.
Oh, you need to watch that movie. That is like an amazing movie. I love that movie. That's one of my favorite movies.
I really like crime movies like that. Like Seven
Okay,
is a great movie.
You need to stop what you're doing. Well, not right now, but you need to like when you have a chance to like watch a movie, watch Zodiac. It is really, really, really good, and it takes you through like the time period really well. Like because Zodiac Killer is like 70s or late 60s, early 70s or whatever. So like takes you through that whole time period, and it like revolves around like 2 or 3 different characters that are like trying to figure the murder out. And it, obviously at the end of the movie they don't like resolve who the murderer is or anything, but like it's just a good like a really entertaining way of like learning more about the Zodiac case and stuff. This is a really good movie. You should watch
Sounds interesting.
it. It's really good.
Have you ever seen Fracture with Anthony Hopkins?
No, I don't think so.
That's a good one too.
Was that a murder movie?
Yeah.
Yeah. What was that about?
Anthony Hopkins is really good in those kind of movies.
Anthony Hopkins is good in like every movie.
Yeah.
Well, where he's trying anyway, he's good. Sometimes he doesn't. I mean,
Some of these questions are just not good.
so I have another really good murder one that's really interesting that I don't
What
know
is
if
it?
you know of. So have you heard of the Tamim Shud case? No, you don't know what that is.
No, I don't think so.
The Somerton man? Okay. So this is like one of the weirdest fucking unsolved homicides ever. So like in like the 40s, and I'm doing this off of memory, okay? Because I don't.
Okay,
I'll open
a
the
while
Wikipedia.
ago.
I'll open the Wikipedia page. But in like the 40s in Australia, there was this guy that washed up on the shore of like Adelaide Beach or something, and no one. It was a dead guy, right? And nobody
Yes.
knew who he was, and they took pictures of him. They tried to fingerprint him, but his fingerprints were like burned off or something. And they put out, stuff in the paper like, who the heck is this guy? And they never figured out who it was. But like over the course of like the 6 months and stuff, like the case just kept getting weirder and weirder. So like eventually they figured out that this guy was probably poisoned because they couldn't find a cause of death. But they couldn't identify what the poison was because it was the 40s and the medical technology wasn't that good yet. You know what I mean? And then like later they found that in the train station on Adelaide there was like this trunk and coat that was in the lost and found that had been missing, that was registered missing the day the guy was found murdered on the beach,
Okay.
And inside the trunk they found this book that was they found what did they find? Oh, inside one of his coat pockets they found a piece of paper that was apparently ripped out of the Rubaiyat, which is like a poetry book from like ancient the Middle East.
Okay.
And the part that was ripped out was like some word, Tamid Shud, which means like ended in Persian. And they were like, okay, this is totally connected to this guy because like the coat and pants that they found at the train station was like the same size that he was wearing. So they're like,
Yes.
this is definitely his stuff. And then like fast forward like 6 months later, someone finds like a book in like the backseat of a car that has been abandoned near the beach for a while, and the book is the Rubaiyat, and on in the back of the book there is a page with a tear out part of the thing that's exactly the same one that they found. And then it gets even better because on like the back side of the book, like on the last sleeve or whatever, like the back sleeve or whatever, there's like this weird like coded message thing that like it's like 4 or 5 lines of like coded message, like it's all alphabet, but like it's all in strange order and stuff, so they think it's like some weird cipher. And they still to this day can't figure out what that like means. And then later it gets even better, like 20 years later someone comes forward saying that like the book was theirs and they were like a nurse or something, and they were given the book by some like soldier that was like working for the British government or something like that.
What?
And yeah, it just gets real. So people like hypothesize that this guy was like a spy or something like that, and he was somehow like poisoned. But anyway, the story is just like ridiculous, and it keeps taking like crazy and crazier turns. And basically, all the evidence that they gathered, none of it was like ever was connected completely to be like, oh, this is what happened. So it's just like some weird ass like super spy like murder thing or whatever.
That's
But
awesome.
it's a really cool case, and I probably botched some of the explanation because I don't have it like memorized. But yeah, it's like this guy dies. There's all this weird ass like clues that are surrounding him that like totally sound like they're out of like a spy movie or whatever.
Yeah.
And like nobody knows what happened, and it was long enough ago that like they probably will never be able to completely solve it because it was in like the 40s or whatever.
Makes you think maybe he got killed for that piece of paper with the secret note.
I know, right?
Maybe that secret is something really important.
I know, right? And maybe he put he like wrote the code to like in the back of the book to like convey a message that no one ever could figure out because like his contact was never there to like get it. Or
Okay,
whatever.
so maybe the murderer has the key to the cipher.
Oh, he
Maybe-
like took it off the guy's person or something.
Yes,
Whoa.
maybe that's why he got killed.
Whoa.
Because he had the key, and then the killer took it and just left the
Wow.
original message. That's definitely what happened.
That's
We solved
wild.
it.
But then why people still don't know why the piece of paper was ripped off and put in a trouser pocket? Like people really don't.
Yeah, that's a good.
That's
a
really
good
like
point,
that's the
but-
most like why was that in his trousers? Like that doesn't make any sense. So I don't know. It's a weird case. It's a cool one to read up on like Wikipedia or whatever. If you ever have like an hour to kill and you want to like dive into something weird, the good one to look up. They should make a movie about that. I would watch that. Because I love those kind of like true crime,
Yeah, so do I.
movies. They don't have enough of those, I don't think. But anyway, I don't know. All right, let's do like a really dumb one now. You have anything
Okay.
good? You have anything good that's stupid?
I'm reading through them right now. Yes, some of them are just not good. We will never mention them on the show.
Why not?
They're just not good.
There'll be great. I don't know what you're talking about. Well, here's kind of a funny one.
Okay.
This isn't that funny, but it could be funny. If you were sent back in time 5 years, how would you become the richest person in the world?
I mean, aside from playing the lottery.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Well, that was a stupid question. Thanks, Reddit person. Thanks, Dave Danger, for that stupid question.
Okay. Let's say that you were suddenly sent back and you just don't have lottery
Okay,
numbers
so like
on
it
you.
was like a portal opens in your living room and you just kind of
and you just get sucked in.
Okay, so using the knowledge you have now, what would you do? So this is kind of like what's that like that book by Mark Twain or whatever?
Yeah.
Yeah, that one, that kind of thing. So using the knowledge you have now, what would you do?
I mean, I know some companies that did real well in the stock market.
you exploit the stock market. Yeah.
Yeah,
See,
probably.
I wouldn't be able to do that because I don't know what those companies are.
Yeah, Netflix. I'd put it all in Netflix.
You'd put it in Netflix.
Yeah, all of it.
It's probably a good idea. Probably make a
Either
lot of money.
Netflix, Activision, Blizzard, at least doubled in 5 years.
Yeah.
Amazon, I think they
So
doubled.
you have like the most boring answer, which is
Yeah, I mean, it would work.
I'm gonna go to the stock market and invest with this stuff. No, that's fine. No, it makes sense.
Other than that, I don't really think I could really make a huge difference in anything.
Well, you could make a lot of money. That's all the question was.
If I wasn't doing that, though, I don't think there's... I mean, as far as, like, day-to-day life, I don't think I could make any huge improvements.
In the world, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I don't think I
It's
could.
not asking about the world. It's just asking how would you make a lot of money. It's not saying like fix the universe in these 5 years or whatever.
Yeah, but other than the stock market, I don't think there's anything I can think of that I'd be able to do.
I went back in time. This has nothing to do with money. I would totally be like John Titor kind of thing going on. You know what I'm talking about? Like I would go on like forums and be like, "Hey, I'm from the future.
Ask me anything."
Ask me." I would go on Reddit and be like, "Hey, I'm from the future, AMA or whatever," and then they would ask, and I would say, and they'd be like, "You're full of shit," and then all my predictions would come true, and then I would like disappear from the internet, and then they would always have to wonder, like, "Oh, was he really a time traveler?"
That would be a fun thing to do. Yeah, that's a good answer. I would like to do that too.
Or yeah, go ahead.
I'd get a lot of enjoyment out of that.
Yeah, or I would like I would hide clues of what's happened in the future, like in a bunch of like I would make a bunch of anonymous accounts, right? And then I would hide like clues all over the internet, that will be relevant in 5 years. And then when 5 years hits, people will go back and like search for things that are happening, and they would get this like old ass site from like 5 years ago that's saying the same thing. Like so,
Suicide Squad's not a good movie.
Yeah, or something like that. And you're like, how do you know all this stuff? You know what I mean? I don't know. That would be fun. Having like, I don't know. I would do that. I like messing with people, and that would leave like a weird like time loop legacy kind of deal thing going.
Yeah, if you could go back in time and say specifically that Suicide Squad will get a 23% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah, you
would
like have the
just,
exact number.
That
or
would blow
something.
the whole world open. Yeah. Nothing would be
well,
the same.
it wouldn't really, but yeah, I know what you mean. I mean, you do have a 1 in 100 chance of guessing right, so it's not that
That's
weird.
true.
But yeah, something like that, like something really specific.
Yeah.
that no one else would ever know, kind of thing. I don't know. That's what I would do. That'd be really fun. I don't know. You have anything really funny going on here?
I'm just reading some of these questions, trying to find a different one that isn't just absolutely not a good thing to read.
What is the worst crime you've ever committed before you turned 10? Whoa!
I stole candy from the grocery
I
store,
think
and my
everyone-
mom made me apologize
I think
for
everyone has the same story. It's like I stole candy or whatever. Like I did that too. This one time when I was like 8, I was somewhere and they had like a water fountain, and I took water because I was thirsty. And to this day, I don't know if I stole that water or not.
it. Wait, you took water from a water fountain? Those are public. You're
But it was
allowed
like
to take water.
it wasn't a water fountain. It was like a, what is it called? Like a water, at the office water cooler. You know what I mean?
You just took water out of one?
Yeah, like I had. There's a cup and I used it and I drank it. And
That's totally fine.
No,
You
I
shouldn't
know,
have
but like
worried
I
about that
remember
for your
like
whole
5
life.
minutes
Like-
after. No, I know, but like 5 minutes after I did it, for some reason I was like, did I just steal that water? Like for some reason I thought of that. I don't remember why I thought that, but like I think there was something that like pointed me to thinking that I stole it. Like maybe I saw like a sign next to the coolers like water.
Don't take the water.
Water $1 or something like that. I don't know. You never know. I don't remember where I was at though. I think it might have been like a car dealership or something.
That's a really funny story.
Or
It's
like
funnier that you still remember it too.
Like a hardware
you're
store or something. I don't know.
You're still like, I committed the crime. I stole that
Stole
water.
water from the water. It was one of those like little like triangular like paper cups too. You know what I'm
Yeah.
talking about?
It might
Like-
have been at a dentist or a doctor's office or something.
Yeah, I can't imagine them charging for water. I mean, probably not, but I don't know why. I just thought when I was a kid, like 5 or 10 minutes after I did it, I was like, I think I just stole that water. But I can never forgive myself for that. That's my big crime that I did. Trying to think. I don't think I've had any like run-ins with the law or anything like that.
Not before I was 10.
No, I didn't have any like, oh, I totally had like this crime that
I smuggled.
I stole a car. Or
Yeah.
I smuggled something or whatever. I don't know. I'm sure there's some weird ones like, oh, I broke into someone's house or something. I don't know.
I did not do that.
I think we set your lawn on fire once. That's not really a crime though.
I mean,
It kind of.
It might be.
Sort of is.
like if an adult man did that, it would he'd go to jail.
Yeah, but we put it out pretty quickly.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean,
We did okay.
Do you remember that?
No, I don't.
You don't remember that?
I don't remember. I mean, I'm sure we did, but
No, I remember it as clear as day. There was like
wait, we used gasoline for that, didn't we?
yeah, that was
Okay, yeah, I remember it.
yeah. There was like an action figure that you had that you like
Yep.
really hated or something. I don't know why. And you wanted to like burn it. It was like I don't know. It was when you're in like your burning phase. Everyone goes through that.
Yes.
Arsenics.
Experimenting with fire
Yeah.
phase.
So like, there's this like action figure, and we're like, "Would be cool if we could burn this." We're like, "All right, let's do it." So like, we got a plastic cup. I don't know why we got a plastic cup, but we did. We went out to your yard. I remember this is your house because I would have gotten in trouble, but I think your parents were like not home or something, so it was like perfect.
Yeah.
And then we go out to your house. We put the like GI Joe in the plastic cup. We filled it
with gasoline.
which I don't know how we got gasoline. Maybe it was in your
It's
garage.
for the
or
lawnmower,
something.
remember?
Oh, lawnmower. Yeah, that makes sense.
It's for
Filled it
lawnmowers.
with gasoline, and then you dropped a match in to
The cup full
The
of
cup.
gasoline.
and then I was on standby with the hose in case we needed to put
I
it out.
remember this.
And then it like got really like we put way too much gasoline, so it got like really big, and we're like, oh, we need to put it out. And you're like, all right, turn on the hose and hit it. And so like I turn the hose on, and then I shoot it at the gasoline fire, which
And then it
is-
exploded.
If you've ever put water on a gas fire, it's not what you think it does. Like
Especially if the gas is in a container, like
Where it
it
can
just
just
spilled
splash.
everywhere.
Anyway, so then like there's probably like a 2 foot by 2 foot square of your lawn that like caught on fire, that I think we stomped out and then also sprayed with water.
Yeah.
And then I remember like right after we put it out, you're like, Dad drove up, like got home.
We were just like, hey,
Like
Dad.
immediately after that, and he was like, "What are you guys doing?" And we're like, "Nothing. Everything's cool over here. Just burning things with gasoline." So yeah, that's how I learned about water and chemical fires. But kind of the rule that you shouldn't do that. So it's a good life lesson for that, right? Can't believe you didn't remember that story.
I know, I totally remember it now.
Remember it now.
I remember you distinctly with the hose and the look on your face, like,
Probably.
I got this. Don't
We got
worry
it.
about a thing.
I'll just put water on this gasoline fire, it'll be fine. Yeah, I don't know why I remember that so vividly. Probably because it was the first time I was legit like, oh, I'm gonna go to jail.
I'm gonna go to jail.
Or I'm gonna be really, really in trouble right now. Anyway, so that wasn't. I mean, it's not really illegal, but it could have been if it got worse, like if it jumped over to your neighbor's yard or something, then burned their house down. Or something.
If there was maybe a pine tree next to it, or
yeah, it could have
that
been
could have
arson. It could have been
Yes.
accidental arson if things went worse than they did. So yeah, there you go. Whew, I don't know. So let's do one more, and
Okay.
It should be really funny.
Okay, I think I have one.
All right, I want to hear it.
What are some things that will no longer be socially acceptable in the future?
Oh, that is a good one. That is a really good one. All right, so how far are we talking into the future?
That's another good question.
Just like 1,000 years, like everything.
Who knows,
is going to be
like-
not socially acceptable.
Yeah. Let's do 10-ish.
10 years, okay.
Like half a generation.
Um,
Like, what are our kids gonna think
I'd be like,
that is
what is
offensive
that? Like, what are
that
you
we
doing?
probably still do?
yeah. I think like this is gonna sound weird, but I think like going up to a stranger and like saying hello is gonna be like
That's a really good one.
acceptable in the future. I
Yeah.
don't know. Like introducing yourself to someone like without
That you don't
context.
know.
Yeah, without
Mhm.
context. I don't know why.
That's a really good one. I feel like that's already kind of a thing.
Yeah,
Like, if you
I
go up
mean,
and introduce
yeah.
yourself to someone, they're just going to look at you kind of like, why are you talking to me?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like I don't know if it's true. Maybe it's not, but I feel like that's I don't know. That's becoming like a weird like no one interacts for the first time in person anymore, or if they do, it's like a forced interaction. Like oh, you work with them, or oh, you're buying a burger from a cash. You're like there's a purpose behind always.
yeah.
Interactions today. Whereas like, so if you like just go up without any context, it's just like, hey, how's it going? I'm blah blah blah. It's like, well, who are you? You're weird. I don't know. What are you doing here? Why are you talking to me? I don't know. That's my thing. Maybe that won't be true. I hope that won't be true. But
Yeah, I hope so too, but I that sounds plausible.
yeah.
I think there will probably be a lot more personal electronic device related manners that you have to respect.
Oh, that like you have to just implicitly know about kind of thing.
Yeah, like how to
Like what?
use your device and when.
Politely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. Oh, what do you mean?
Like-
Like in real situations or like?
Yeah. No, I mean specifically in real situations, like things like loud ringtones. I
Oh,
think
sure.
Hopefully those fall off, or
Or everyone
blue-
moves to vibrate, right?
yeah,
That's what I would do. I don't understand why everyone doesn't use vibrate right now.
I personally don't use it because if someone's calling me, I need to know. But then
Sure.
as soon as I get home after work, I turn it to silent.
No, I get that.
Yeah.
But like I can see the phone moving or feel it vibrating every time.
Yeah.
But I see what you mean, like really loud, annoying answering or
Mm-hmm.
ringtones or whatever. That's a good one. Another one would be like, how do you initiate a conversation with someone over the internet, right?
Yeah.
Like I feel like a lot of these are going to be like social, like new social rules, I guess you could say. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That like are growing out of the digital age. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I don't know how to introduce myself to someone over the internet. Like it's easier for me to do it in person, but I don't know. Like I don't know where the line is. You know?
Maybe introducing yourself at all will become kind of a rude thing, because on the internet, why do you even necessarily need to introduce yourself? It's just kind of people looking at each other's stuff.
Oh, so it's just like, whatever.
Yeah.
Implied. That's weird.
Maybe introductions will be rude in the future.
In 10 years, wow. That's deep.
Yeah, that is deep.
We're past introductions. Everyone knows everyone all the time. Maybe everyone wear name tags. It's like, here's my name, and this is where you can find me on social
My name
media.
is John.
Right, and you can find me at www.blah-blah-blah-blah.com.
Maybe that'll be a new clothing thing. Like, it just says all of your internet
like,
stuff all over your shirt.
That would be horrible. I don't want people to know that stuff.
People can purchase like advertising space on your shirt. You could have like Brondo, the thirst mutilator, on your shirt.
I think people can already do that. Like I think there's already shirts that. Oh, but you're saying like you're actually like getting paid to wear it. You're not talking about like someone that buys a Nike shirt that's just giving Nike free advertising.
That just does it because I don't really know why.
You're alienating the listeners now.
I'm sorry. Anybody that wears Nike shirts.
It's fine. No, but I know what you mean. Like you like take an ad out on my back or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, and it could be like digital. So like you don't have to change shirts necessarily. They're just like, you buy
maybe
like a week or whatever, and then you just automatically changes.
Maybe like Heinz, Kraft, Coca-Cola, whatever, will just have a different product on your shirt every week.
Yeah, and you get like some money from that a week, like $100
or like your
or
clothes are free or something. I don't know.
This is like a weird dystopia.
Okay.
Now.
You know how Gillette mails people new razors for their 18th birthdays? Maybe.
No, but yeah, I guess.
No, they do. They do.
Okay,
that's a thing. Gillette and whatever other razor company, they email new razors and like shaving cream and a birthday card to 18-year-olds.
Okay.
Because they will then purchase like replacement razors for their.
That's how they get you.
And it gets some money. Maybe they'll start doing that with clothes, where companies will just mail you clothes every year
to wear,
and they have ads on them.
Oh my God! This is like
and people will just wear them.
This sounds like
because they're free clothes.
This sounds like some weird like dystopian young adult novel right now.
Maybe maybe like new business wear will be the clothes you get in the mail. Pretty much.
The male clothes.
Male clothes.
But they all look the same. Like they're all like gray, and then they just have like ads on them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like everyone looks the same. They're just walking around with different ads.
The ads might be different.
Oh, and then like you have like stuff integrated in your eyeballs that like look at the ads, right? You have like retinal shit or whatever. Like in Minority
Like if you look
Report.
at one of the shirts, it makes stuff jump out at you.
Yes, but then also it like registers that you looked at that, so the person wearing the shirt gets like extra money or whatever.
Oh, so if they're like the president, they get benefits for
so like
wearing...
if they're seen a lot in public, then they get more. This is a really disturbing society.
I mean,
this is like the marketing society. This is where we're going right now.
It's the ultimate marketing society.
I mean, this is where everything's going.
Like, people are actually getting views.
People are just your views. People are walking billboards, and they're also like, they're just like, they're not people anymore. They're just, personas or whatever, and they're getting like views. And it's all starts with Gillette. It's like the Gillette dystopian universe. Well, no,
I was excited when I got my free razor.
It wouldn't be called it wouldn't be called the dystopian universe. It'd be called, what would the name of this program be that Gillette invents?
The
for this,
Gillette pay as you go, pay you for going.
The Gillette Human Marketing Initiative.
That's a little too cold. It needs to sound fun.
It
needs to sound like something that's a good idea. Like the Gillette Happy Fun Marketing Program.
Yeah, I like the you've been marketing it. Yeah, that sounds very like sci-fi. That sounds too sci-fi.
Yeah.
It could be like, oh, we need to have like a buzzword in there. You know,
Yeah, you need. I don't know what.
what's like a good hipster buzzword that like people use all the time when they're like
Naked.
think think of like an advertisement with like young people like doing stuff.
Green.
Connected.
Connected.
Ooh, I like it. The
Connected wear.
the Gillette connected social platform.
Oh, I like it.
Oh, right?
Gillette Connected, the future social platform.
Gillette connected. The future is now.
Yes.
Yep, this is it. I think I hope that Gillette doesn't take this and run with it because this is pretty brilliant.
If they do, I hope they give us credit.
Gillette connected.
Gillette
The future
Connected.
is now. I can see like the TED talk on this now, right?
TEDx talk. It's
Yep.
not. Yeah, it's
Oh,
not
sorry.
quite TED.
Right.
TEDx.
Sorry,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. It'll be like in like 3 years, someone will give it, and then everyone will be like, oh, "This is the way to do it," and then like some company like Gillette or whatever will do it first, and then it'll just be the new thing. How we live now.
I think we solved it. Those are the things
No,
people.
that's the future. There we go.
That's
That's
it.
10 years. 2026 is going to be exactly like that. It's kind of depressing, but that's how it's going to be.
You heard it here first.
You heard it here first on the show. Well, I think that's a good place to end because I'm excited about our new marketing capitalist overlords. I don't know about you.
Hey, like cheaper clothes.
Yeah, free clothes that all look the same. You know, I won't have
mean,
to think about what I'm wearing anymore. Not that I do already, but
I really don't think about
You
what I
know?
wear anyway.
I will have to put even less thought into it now. Then, you know, it'll just be a matter of like, what ads do I want to promote today?
Maybe there will be like a clothes recirculation program, so you won't even have to wash clothes. You'll just get them in the mail.
Oh, like you
here's
just throw them
your
away.
week's
You just
supply.
throw them away when you're done.
No,
like
there's like a
after one
special
day.
clothes disposal service too.
Like
That's a
on the
whole new
street.
industry. Is clothes
On the side of the
laundry,
street or
mass
something.
laundry. Yeah,
That like reconfigures them for different ads and stuff.
yeah.
Yeah, there you go. We can
That's
come-
how you do it.
Yeah, the Gillette clothes laundry, the Gillette connected clothes service or something. I don't know.
Laundry connected.
Everything's just whatever connected. That's just
Yes.
everything in the future is called that.
You
whatever.
wear other people's clothes.
You wear.
Your friends' clothes.
No. Think of that branding. You wear. You like the letter U and then
Yeah.
wear. Oh.
Gillette
You
uWear
wear.
connected. Yeah. That's it.
It just like zings right off the tongue.
Yeah,
you know?
Gillette uWear connected. All right, I think you're right. I think that's a good place to leave off.
Yeah,
for
this
week.
episode was brought to you by Gillette uWear
Connected.
and also
Get connected with
Get connected
Gillette
today with
uWear.
Gillette uWear technology.
Also brought to you by John Boat Beer.
Also by John Bopier.
John Boat Beer. It makes bad movies good.
Yes. I'm TIMEBAT,
I'm Bat Snacks.
and we'll see you next time.
All right, see you next time.